Hello, hello. Welcome to my space. I hope you are doing well. So we are going to get into a reading immediately. So a few days ago I did a reading with this deck and I had to get rid of it because there was a problem with the sound. And it's sad because it was truly such a healing reading. I couldn't throw it from my phone because it was so good. But let's see if maybe we are getting something close. I hope that this time the sound will be okay. So let's see. Let's see. A helping hand. Overcoming. Okay. Let's see. This deck is in the upright. If the cards are turning, then I'm taking them turn. But if not, everything is in the upright. Is it? I don't know. Limitless exhaustion in the reverse. Okay. Isolation. It was in the upright when I put it down. It turned. Setback. Let's take 3 more. And let's look at what is happening here. Community in the 7th position. This is very interesting. Accountability in the 8th position. I love that. I love that. Let's see. One more. Fertile abundance. Okay, listen. Listen. I kind of feel that we are talking here about the experience of many of us here, right? So the setting and the subject, it is a helping hand. I don't feel especially that you had a helping hand, to be very honest. As said, those cards, most of them at least, this one was reversed. I don't know why, but they are all in the upright position. But a helping hand here, it is a number 3. The number 3 represents the driving energy. It is kind of the one's energy, the fire, the Mars, all those kind of things, right? So, I kind of feel that at the end of the day, even though the helping hand is in the upright, we might be talking about the fact that you didn't have a helping hand, and the only helping hand that you had was yourself, your higher self, the highest, your ancestors, your guide, however you define this, right? We have here in the 2nd position the overcoming. 2nd position, we are talking about relationship, partnership, your community, your family, all those kind of things, right? And you had to overcome things, maybe because you realized that your best helping hand was your own, right? So we have the limitless here as the driving energy. I kind of feel, to be honest here, that what we are talking about, it is about your own power. And your own power at the end of the day relies in yourself, right? We are talking about this phrase, the less expectations you have, the less you will be disappointed. I don't like it, and I will tell you exactly why. Because it's important to have expectations, because when you have an expectation, then when your expectation is not met, and what I mean by expectation, it has to be a reasonable expectation. But for me, it is totally normal that you expect that if you are being honest, to have other people honest towards you. If you have no more expectation, what does it mean? You won't get angry when you are supposed to get angry. So I don't like this phrase that you shouldn't have any expectation. You have to have reasonable expectation. The expectations of whatever, not whatever you are giving, because people are different, but you know, the most basic things, that if you are operating from a honest place, you expect honesty coming to you. When you are operating from care, you should expect care, because if you don't expect it, what does it mean exactly? That you will tolerate anything and everything, and you are not supposed to. You are not supposed to. So I think that it's very important to expect reasonably, right? Expect reasonably. Don't expect something that you don't give. Don't expect other people to take care of you when you don't take care of anyone. Don't expect people to be generous at heart with you when you are not. Obviously, right? But having expectations, it is essential, because then you also know when somebody doesn't meet your expectation. But this being said, it is also very important to realign yourself when you see that your expectations are not met and you know that they are reasonable expectations. It is very important. You are in charge. You are in control of your own energy, the way that you will present yourself in the world, the way that you will feel with yourself when a reasonable expectation is not met. It is your responsibility to do whatever you need to do in order to have your own energy be who you want it to be, right? I already said in one of the readings that I did lately that one of the reasons why I decided to go, first of all, it was low contact, put very, very strong boundaries with my family. It was because I understood that with their energy, it has such an impact, a negative impact on me. I needed to be so protective, so defensive with them that it was influencing my whole presence, right? In my life, right? Because, you know, when you are dealing with people who are very critical, judgmental, always making you feel that you are not enough, then you are compressing yourself. I don't know if you understand what I mean. I'm sorry about the image, right? But I kind of see it like, you know, I have two images. One that is softer, that is, you know, your jaw muscles being tensed. But I also very often see, and you can see it on people when they have that, you know, it's like if their asshole is compressed, you know, like they cannot breathe. And I kind of felt that because they were into my energy, that I was compressed all the time, when it is not the way that I want to present myself in my life. I want to be open, but I cannot be open with everybody. It doesn't go, right? But if I am coming from a place of openness because my circle around me is clean, then I can observe when I'm not. But when you are already tensed all the time, right? Then you cannot realize when you are surrounded by people that make you tense. In order to realize that your muscles are getting tensed, you have first to be relaxed. And then you can realize that you are tense. And then you can ask yourself a question. Why am I tensed? Am I tense because I have an issue? I have something that I need to work on? Or is there something in the energy of this person that makes me tense? You cannot truly be able to listen to your intuition and truly be sensitive to your environment if you are not in a good place, right? You have to be open, relaxed. And when I'm talking open, it is in your energy, right? So I kind of feel here that what we are talking about, it is about Listen, in the seventh place here, there is the community. The seventh place, we are talking about healing and growth. There was kind of an issue with the environment here, right? In the eighth place, it is the accountability. We all have to take accountability for our own life. I will give you another example. Let's say that you are a people pleaser, right? So you can become resentful at a certain moment, because the moment that you need something, you might realize, in fact, that you have nobody around, right? This is what very often happens to a people pleaser. So the people pleaser can be resentful and stay in this energy of being resentful, or they can take accountability and understand, you know what, at the end of the day, I am acting in such a way that I am pleasing everybody above myself, and this is why I am resentful. So what should I do in order not to do that? This is taking accountability. It is observing ourselves from our own point of view, right? So, limitless, exhaustion in reverse. We are in the position of stability and foundation. So if you are exhausted all the time, also the card is a 31, which is a 4. We have another 4 here with the accountability, which is 22, which is also a number 4. So if you are exhausted all the time, you don't want to be exhausted all the time, right? Then you have to take accountability. Why am I exhausted all the time? Is there something that is on my mind all the time? Something that is weighting me down? We talked about being lazy, right? That it's not a thing. It's not a thing. It is a side effect of something, right? So this is taking accountability. It is asking the right question, and you have to come from the place, at least this is what I did. I came from the place of trying to be very objective about myself, and saying, okay, things are not going the way that they are supposed to go. For me, I was stressed out all the time. And if you would ask to other people, they wouldn't even have been able to see that. They might just have been able to see that because sometimes I was very reactive suddenly, right? Things like that. But like I could have very what they could consider as extreme reactions to things that might seem details, right? So I truly needed to assess myself and think, okay, how can I present myself in my life in the energy that I want? And it's not regarding other people, it's regarding myself. What do I need to do? What is the kind of life that I want to live in order to be able to be the best version of myself? And for example, I will just share with you because maybe it can awaken you to something, right? I know that I am someone that is the same way that I am whole with myself, with my friends. It is the same thing, right? Very difficult to find really true friends, ride or die. So what I did, for example, it is like what was expected. It was, to have a big social life, right? I understood that this is not for me. This is not for me. I don't want to have a big social life because I like to invest in people. I like to have deepness in my connections, right? So no. And things that everybody was doing, I stopped doing them, right? Like plans that are no plans. Yeah, we are all, there was somebody coming in holidays here where I live. So there was okay, so all the friends are going and we will find a restaurant. We will already find. No, I'm not doing that. I don't like that. I don't like big tables. It doesn't mean that I will never do that, right? If I have a wedding or something, I will. But mainly, I stopped trying to be who I was expected to be. I don't like big tables. I don't like the plan that we don't know what we are doing, and then we are going to one place that we want to sit, but because we are 12, so we are waiting hours, and at the end of the day we cannot have a table here, and at the end of the like 3 hours later we finally have a table, and at the end of the day you are just talking to one or two people, right? So what's the point? I don't see the point. So you understand, it's like eliminating things that are just unnecessary. It might look like a detail, but it's the mindset, you know, it's the mindset. So we have here the isolation. This is the change. We are in the 5th position. It is also number 37, which is a 1. It is a new beginning. A lot of people of the collective, we have been kind of forced into isolation. To be very honest, regarding me, I put myself in isolation before I was forced into isolation. So I had kind of 2 isolation, because I did it in 2016, and then in 2020 we had the pandemic, and during that time also I was pushed into isolation because I was dealing with smear campaign, 2 families coming against me, my own family and another family joining forces against me. So I spend a lot of time in isolation, right? But I kind of feel that many people of the collective, at a moment or another, this was the best decision. But there is something beautiful. Even though we might feel that there is some kind of setback, we have in the 6th position the setback. The number of the card, it is a 6, right? What is written? This roadblock may be the universe's way of steering you towards something better. I love it. If progress feels impossible, consider whether the timing or the path itself need to shift. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It is in the place what should be done. And we have the setback, right? So this isolation might indeed not have been wanted for most people. I kind of feel blessed that I did it kind of by myself, because when it came back, I was ready to go out already, right? Because I did it for a few years. So in 2019, I was ready to go out, but I was blocked, right? But I kind of feel kind of blessed that it was something that I was already comfortable with, because I did it by myself before. So the accountability, fertile abundance, I kind of feel that also in isolation, you know, all you have at the end of the day, it is feeling yourself and feeling your energy and feeling your own feelings. And there is a lot of purging that happens in isolation, also with all the suffering that we are going through, all the deceit of the people around us, right? So we have to kind of, we have the space to totally heal and feel our anger and all those kind of things, right? We have a lot of space. People say that I'm very resilient, but I kind of feel that at the end of the day, when we accept a situation for what it is, there is something else coming there. And for me, I kind of accepted the situation for what it was, and I said, okay, instead of fighting against it and having a losing battle very often, why not just accept it, even though it's not what I wanted? I was already 3 years in isolation. It was enough, you know. I already did the whole job. But I said, okay, if this is what it is, this is what it is. And so I could move on from there, right? And so I organized my work in another way, and I organized everything in another way, because I said, okay, this is the reality. I'm not fighting against the reality. I'm going with the reality. I have faith. I trust myself. I trust the universe. And I won't make this period, I won't give strength to other people to block me. They are blocking me, okay. This is what it is. And this is how I could bring some kind of abundance into this, by not fighting against, by going with it, you know? So the overcoming here, it is a number 26. The numbers that we have, they might have some kind of symbolism for you. We have 3, we have 26, 8, 39, 31, 4, 37, 1, 16, excuse me, 15, 6, 3, 44, excuse me, 22, which is a 4. I'm counting at the same time as I'm telling you, this is why, and 8. Okay? So this is 8, this is 8, overcoming and fertile abundance. Yeah, you understand? Once you overcome, once you heal, I kind of feel that there is, this represents a lot of healing, right? There is a lot of healing here with the overcoming. Healing, you know, I'm thinking about Sartre, and there is this thing that says, l'enfer c'est les autres. How do we say that? Hell is other people. I don't know how we say this in English. So the overcoming, you know, when you are in isolation, then you have all those things that are coming up in your mind, and you can somehow, you know, purge them. I kind of feel purging. Maybe there was some kind of exhaustion, emotional exhaustion, that you might not have seen, right? Because maybe you are always trying, you know, you are always positive, and you are always being, you know, taking on yourself, taking on your shoulders, and maybe, you know, it was pushed to a situation where you had no other choice but to rest, right? The setback here. So we will get into a reading. I kind of feel like using this deck, even though it is a very difficult deck on my hands, but I want to use it. So let's see, let's get a little bit more information here. Are we staying here in something that is truly like talking about healing, or is there something else? Why did it come up? There is here also something else that is coming to me, right? I told you that I kind of feel, right? I don't know if you will relate to that, but I always was kind of before the time, right? Like I had this feeling that I had ideas that were before the time, that, and I had a few people tell me those things, you know, like even regarding fashion or things like this, you know. I wanted things that you couldn't find, and like 1 year or 2 years after you could find them, right? Because I was always like a little bit before. And I kind of feel that many people of the collective somehow, you know, being aware of the matrix, being aware of this status of always feeling weak, not having enough, doing the work, getting into healing, living differently, being deeper, all those kind of things. I talked to you about the fact that I kind of feel that there are people that are maybe starting their healing, their awakening now, right? And that we as the collective, the healing collective, the elevated collective, the collective that already had some kind of experience, because we already did that, we can truly be a helping hand at the end of the day to other people and help them overcome what they might be going through right now, right? Kind of feel that. Because I kind of feel that a lot of people are exhausted, right? Running after something that doesn't make sense because it just exhausts them more and more and more and more, right? Okay, just a reminder, this is a collective reading, which means that it's a group reading, which means that it might be for you, it might be partly for you, and it might not be for you. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't take on yourself a story that is not yours. If I'm talking about masculines or feminines, I am not especially talking about the gender. I'm talking about the energy from where someone is operating. So please apply it however it applies to you. And this can be past, present, or future. We have the tree in the helping hand, and we have the tree in the community. And the community is in the place of healing. You understand? I kind of feel, and you might not even need to do anything, right? You might not have to do anything. It might just be by your example that you somehow help some kind of people of the community heal. Because you overcame things that might seem like it's impossible to overcome, right? Yeah. Tell me more here, please. What do you want me to talk about with the collective? Yeah, you see, there is some kind of... Wait, I will close a little bit the curtain. Because I realize that sometimes my hand appears very, very washed out when it's open. There is some kind of truth here running, some kind of clarity, and the clarity that there is, it is about a karmic feminine energy. When I'm talking about a karmic feminine energy, I'm not especially talking about women. I'm also talking about men. I'm talking about the feminine energy in the world, right? A lot of women, in fact, are the masculine version of femininity. They are not the femininity that they perceive as feminine is, in fact, it's a masculine seduction image of femininity, if you understand what I mean. I already talked about it once, I think. And I kind of feel here that there is something to talk about this feminine energy. Realigning with the true femininity, which is different for everyone, right? We all are different, but what it is not the femininity that is presented nowadays, right? Yeah, let's see. I hope that I make sense. Tell me more here, please. Again, look, clarity. We had the Knight of Swords, and now we have the Queen of Swords. Both in the uprights. Tell me more here, please. With the Queen of Wands here in reverse, right? With the Wands, we are also talking about sensuality. But here it is a feminine using her sensuality, not in a good way. Not in a good way, right? There is also the cat here talking about independence. It's in reverse. You know what comes to my mind? It is Marilyn Monroe, right? That had this voice, you know? Changing her voice in order to correspond to the female fragility that would attract men, right? Same goes with Britney Spears, for example, right? We saw that she had a much deeper voice, but she was trained in such a way to be a feminine schmeck symbol, right? And then she had to dress a certain way, and her voice needed, like the energy. There is this transformation of energy, right? Let's see here. Let's see this Three of Cups in reverse. The Three of Cups in reverse. The Ten of Swords, yeah. Because the Three of Cups in reverse, right? We are talking here about a toxic group of friends. We are talking about gossiping. We are talking about the celebrating, but it's in reverse. You know, it's a karmic friendship. It's not a real friendship. You understand? It's something else. We have the card of betrayal here. We are with the Ten of Swords. We are talking about the Ten of Swords also talks, and I think that this is what it represents here more. We are talking about an idea that goes to a total ending. It's a new period. We are thinking in a different way now, right? The Ten of Swords. Like people are thinking something, and they are operating through this way of thinking, and it gets to a total ending. Like they cannot act this way or think this way anymore, right? And there is here some clarity about that, about something in the way of thinking that needs to change. And I kind of feel here truly with this Queen of Wands that we are talking about the feminine energy. There is also, you know, this thing about being a feminist, right? There is some kind of, while in fact, what is being a feminist? We were in a world that was created by men for men. So I personally, I don't see myself as a feminist like with the, but I do see myself as someone who wants the world to be created by both. I believe in the strength of the equality. I see the Lovers card, right? The equality between the masculine and the feminine. The two energies are bringing something amazing together if they are in alignment. Right? Well, I kind of feel that there is something here. I wonder, and I would like you to tell me in the comments, right? I know that a lot of women were pushed into isolation. Did you guys, have you also been forced into isolation? Have you also had people stalking you, gang stalking you, hacking you, all those kind of things? A whole group. I'm not saying one person, right? Because I feel that a lot of feminines of the collective, we have been attacked by a whole community, men and women together. I would love to know if it's the same for men, if you have experienced the same thing, because I kind of feel that there is also something about women that have been attacked this way. I think that it might be, I'm just thinking about it now, it comes to me now, women that are not into the masculine role created for women. And women also, please let me know. I know that I personally have been attacked, for example, because I don't live, married, children, all those kind. I don't do what other people are doing, right? And I think that this is one of the reasons why I was attacked, because I was happy in my independence. And this is why I was attacked. Kind of feel that there is something there, right? So, let's see. This is a very, very deep and very interesting reading. Mental prison. The King of Pentacles. What comes to me immediately here, it is this idea that we have been scapegoated, you know, black sheeped, all those kind of things, right? And presenting us as being unstable and weird and this and that and that and that. But at the end of the day, we are the stable ones. We are the stable ones. We are much more stable than people who are running after status, image, all those kind of things. Let's see, let's get a little bit more information here about this Eight of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Because this is telling me that they were blind. They were blind about our stability. They didn't understand our stability. I don't know. Tell me here, the Eight of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Tell me more here, please. The Two of Cups. The Six of Swords. Going towards calmer water and finding our direction, living in alignment with our higher self. Okay. Yeah, I kind of feel that they were blinded, that at the end of the day, we living according to our path. I don't know if it will speak to a lot of you guys, because I kind of feel here that we are talking about a very specific I kind of feel that this can truly resonate to scapegoats and black sheep, right? Tell me more here, please. Yeah, putting boundaries in order to be able to move forwards. And then I'm coming back to this isolation. Like if the isolation, there was a bigger plan, right? There was a bigger plan. And I kind of feel that like one plan was for the community to awaken to something, right? By attacking us and believing all kind of lies about us and all kind of bullshit about us, right? There is some kind of awakening here because we stayed in our alignment, we protected ourselves going to isolation and so they have no other choice but to face the truth. Not everyone, of course, but some, right? Facing their own mirror, right? But I kind of also feel that this isolation at the end of the day was also, they thought that it would be a setback for us, but at the end of the day, I kind of feel that it was not. It was not. Because in this isolation, we could rest, we could heal, we could realize how strong we are. The limitless. I'm attracted to the limitless here. And it's 39, which is a 12, which is the hangman. The hangman, it is seeing things from a new perspective. And I kind of feel that the new perspective, it's to realize, in fact, because I kind of feel that a lot of us, we wanted to change the world, right? We wanted to help other people heal. And it was like a deep need of ours. And this is where we need to take accountability also. I know that I needed a better world. The unhealed inner child in me, and even the healed inner child in me, needed a better world. I needed that. I needed people to heal. Right? And in this isolation, I realized that, you know what, the world is healing, the world is not healing. I won't be able to change the world by myself, but I might help people who want to heal, help them heal. And for the rest, I don't care. I don't need to have them in my life. Right? So I kind of feel that there is also something here into the isolation about ourselves. And seeing that at the end of the day, we are limitless because we can overcome anything. And maybe it healed our connection to the community, the family, all those kind of things, that we were truly putting so much energy in trying or to be part of, or to heal, or to maintain some kind of relationships that were so unhealthy at the end of the day, because we were a helping hand. But did we receive a helping hand? Since the beginning, as I saw this card, I told you I feel that we didn't get the helping hand. But what I didn't see it is that we were the helping hand, right? And at the end, we had to overcome alone, and not only alone, but what we needed to overcome was coming straight from the people that we try to help, right? And it's at the moment that we are taking back our energy. So yeah, we were pushed into it for most, right? Into isolation, where it was supposed to create a setback in our life. But at the end of the day, what did it create? Just a stronger relationship with ourselves. And maybe for some of us also a fertile abundance. Me, the moment that I accepted that this is my new reality, you know, and I was ready to go out, right? I was truly, I already lost. I'm saying lost like this because it's not lost. I decided to give myself the time from 2016 to 2019. I gave myself this time, so it was not lost. It was to heal and rebuild myself, right? But then when I was, again, it was kind of a loss. But the moment that I accepted, then I did what I needed to do in order to have abundance in all of this, right? So I don't know, I kind of see somehow that we can also take this isolation as a present, and I'm saying that coming from someone who already had the isolation before, right? So I truly didn't need it in order to heal, let's say. I didn't. Five of Swords in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse. The Five of Swords in reverse is very positive because nobody can manipulate us, right? We are talking here about someone who wants to win at all cost. We don't care anymore. We don't care, right? And they might be very, very, very confused. With this Page of Swords here, I kind of get the stalking, the hacking, trying to get information about us now. What I feel here, it is the bait, you know, people trying to bait us, provoke us in some kind of way. It's not working. It's not working. Let's see, tell me about this Page of Swords here. What do you want to say with the Page of Swords? Yeah, they cannot see anything. They cannot see. Yeah, so we are talking here about people all in your business. People all in your business. Holding on, but they don't see anything. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Doesn't work. They cannot get the information that they want. They cannot get through somehow. Tell me more here, please. Oh, it's funny. Yeah, they wanted to create some kind of tower, right? This is why. They wanted the setback. They thought that the isolation would create a setback. The tower in reverse. They didn't succeed to destroy anything because most have used this period in order to heal. Look, victory. Victory. They didn't succeed to break us. And I'm not saying that they didn't create a lot of darkness in our life, right? A lot. A lot. I know that for my part, 4 times I was on the verge of just abandoning the hurt that I felt inside. It was horrible. I was like, why do I need to fight for this world? Why? Why? I'm surrounded by Satan. It's truly it was horrible, horrible. The amount of cruelty that I experienced, like people truly wanted they truly wanted to drive me crazy. Like I was exploding inside. So I'm not saying that the period was not horrible and that what they did was not horrible. I'm the first to say it was horrible. Like horrible, right? And if you knew where I live also, it's like you wouldn't even believe it that at the period I'm in a war zone. So like truly, seriously, we had the COVID, we are in a war zone, and with all of that, what you are concentrated on, it is trying to destroy my life. When already you know that I'm totally isolated. Like, truly horrible. So I'm not saying that, but even though all of that, we have survived. We have survived. You know what kind of victory this is? It's a victory. Give me one more, please. Yeah, look. Look, the Strength card. Because I will tell you something else, right? That kind of feel that you might resonate with it. Because the thing, it was... It was cruelty with no reason. No reason. You know, because you can say, okay, you did something very, very ugly. Then, you know, then there is suffering. We know that there is suffering. Let's say that there is, nature is creating some kind of situation, right? And your house is burning, right? So is it fair? No, but there is some kind of, you are suffering for something that, you know, there is no control over. Here, people, for no fucking reason, decided to destroy someone. No reason. Zero reason. Never stole anyone. And I kind of feel that all of you can resonate with that. I never tried to hurt anyone. I never, you know, nothing. Like, I'm not perfect, but truly, like, this is this was what nearly put me over the edge. Like the ugliness of people. And we overcame. We overcame. Ooh, this is very, very emotional, right? This is very deep. Very, very deep. Tell me more here. What do you want me to talk about with the collective? Oh, listen, whatever they invested into, all the energy that they invested into, At the end of the day, look, hurt, yes, but still standing. And when we are with the Nine of Wands, we might be the only ones that are still standing, right? Because during all this time, all those people, they put all their energy into destruction. This is what they did. And you know what is destruction? Destruction, it is Satan. This is what it is. When somebody is trying to destroy somebody else for no reason, the reason that it's backfiring, right? It is because it's against nature. It's against nature. It's against the highest. It's against your higher self. It's against. Destruction for no reason, it doesn't exist. This is truly the devil. This is what it is. What they were trying to do, I don't know. You can tell me for you, but what I felt, and I saw it in the comment. So I know that I'm not alone there. What they were trying to do, it is to break any sense of hope, any faith, right? What they were trying to break, it is our connection to the highest. And this is why the highest doesn't let it go. Because what they were attacking, in fact, it is that. Our connection to life, our connection to abundance, our connection to faith. And what they did is the total opposite. How many people reconnected to the highest, especially at that period? Why? Because the highest is manifesting when somebody is trying to destroy you and leave you with no hope at all. The highest is presenting itself and I say, no. You need to know that I'm here, that you are not alone. I will show you. Right? Tell me more here, please. Yeah, putting a total ending. Putting a total ending. This is what I told you. I put a total ending in trying to... I accepted the reality. This is resilience here. Putting a total ending. Not hoping they will change, not hoping that they will grow, not hoping anything. You stay where you are. I don't need that. Thank you very much. Over. It's over. Over. Concentrating on ourselves. On our emotional self. Many people that had access before, they don't have access anymore. It's over. It's dead. It's dead. Right? Tell me more, please. Yeah. The moon in reverse. There is no more projection of ours on other people. I think that many of us, we have understood that we were too optimistic regarding other people, right? And this is why we might have been too accepting, too understanding, right? Because we were projecting ourselves. The moon in reverse. There is no illusion, there is no delusion, there is no confusion. It's over. We see the reality for what it is, right? And what we see, it is that those people are stuck. And it's not our job. Now they can unstuck. They can unstuck, but it's not our job anymore. Our job now, it is our own peace and abundance. We did all of this enough. And when they had access, they didn't want it. And what we needed, we didn't get. This is the balance. So now they might need, it's not our problem. They can inspire themselves from a distance, right? Yeah. Let's go to closure. Let's go to closure. Closure, please. What do you want the collective to know? What I'm getting emotional. We have the teacher here, right? And we have the Knight of Cups. I kind of feel that some people will want to approach, right? The Knight of Cups, it is a dreamer. It is a dreamer, right? So you do with it whatever you want. But this is a dreamer, and this is a teacher. Tell me. Tell me something more about that. Listen, people will want to approach you, right? Because they are in a mental prison. They are in a mental prison, right? They lost control. They lost control and they want some kind of control. What I see here, to be very honest, I'm looking at the image. I see this hand is saying no. You see that this person is not looking there? They are not. I have the key. I have the truth. I am stable. I stop you. I stop you. Right? I kind of feel here that there is a message to say, pay attention to who you let in. It's not because somebody is approaching you that you need to let them in. You gave enough of yourself. Your role is not to be in charge of other people healing, right? And I'm saying that as a healer. I'm a healer, right? I'm not in charge, right? Me, myself, as a healer, I'm telling you that people who might want to come back into my life, my job is not to heal them. I am healing people where there is a contract, an exchange, a professional setting, right? They are paying me in order for me to help them heal, right? And trust and believe that if any of those people here want to come to me as a healer, I would refuse. I would refuse. Right? I will help heal people with who there is no history. No history. I'm not healing none of those people. Not my job. They can go and find somewhere else. Right? The Emperor in reverse, right? There is here some kind of element of control, of trying to regain some kind of control here, right? Let's see, is there anything else here? Yeah, be observant. Do I need to tell you that? I think that you are, right? Because there might be people here that want to come in, not for the right reasons. Not for the right reasons, right? Again, a tyrant, somebody who wants to have some kind of control. But the message that I'm getting is that you will see it. You will see it. You are peaceful, you are stable, right? Then you will be able to see when somebody here is coming. You know, this is what I was telling before, right? Because you have been in this silence, because you have been in this energy with just yourself, whenever somebody will approach you with a weird energy, you will feel it. You will feel it immediately, right? Yeah, you will feel it. You will know. You will know. When somebody is trying to create you illusions, delusion, confusion in order to put you in a dark place, right? Because trust and believe that some people still think that you are naive and innocent and they want to turn the wheel to their own direction. So remember who the fuck you are, right? Emperor, Empress, embrace your energy, right? Use your emotional intelligence. Don't doubt your intuition. If you see something stinky, please, right? Take distance. Yeah, there might be some people here that want to come in and try to confuse you, right? Okay, listen, this was a weird one, right? I hope that it was helpful in some kind of way. I truly hope it was. I hope that I gave some kind of information that somebody needed to hear. I will leave it here. I see you in the comments. Bye.